All right, Sean, prop shop trader, round two. Welcome back, brother. How you
What's going
doing?
on, boss? Great, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. So, I know there's been a couple changes going on right now with your firm. So let's talk about it. Retroactive
Exciting
rule
times.
changes.
Exciting times.
So spill the beans, bro. So what's up with these changes, man? 20 to 10. You,
Yeah, we had a lot of changes. I know you and I had to talk about some of them, and I think what we can do in this interview. I know you'd asked, you wanted to clear the air on some things, and you wanted to go over some of the new exciting stuff that's coming down the pipeline and what's kind of happening. So why don't we just start going down maybe some of your questions, and I can help kind of shed some light on this and kind of talk about the greatness that's coming. Yeah.
yeah, sure. So the first question is, why did you guys reduce it from 20 accounts to 10 for funded?
Yeah, great question. It really had to do with just sheer product offering in the business. I know some traders may question that, but when we launched with 20 accounts, we had so many traders asking us why. And ultimately, like, is that going to be the next FTT? Is this going to be another problem? Or yada yada yada. Whatever goes through traders' minds, right? We launched it because we thought traders would want it. And honestly, we found that more people were scared of it than anything. And we have the data over months of running the firm now that less than 4% of traders were buying them. So we just felt that it would be better to just provide the product numbers that most traders are after. Most traders on our stats are buying anywhere between 5 to 7 accounts. So at 10 account max, it makes sense for our model. And as a business, we adapted to make it more aligned with what traders are actually wanting versus
Yeah,
what we think they want, right?
right.
So
I
that's
do
and we got the data to that. Like we can issue a report. One of the things we do with our compliance team is we have an in-house data analysis team, and we actually have data analytics that we run every Thursday on the firm. And I'd be more than happy to publish some of that data over time. I think it'll be happy. A lot of traders like to see some of that. That most firms don't actually show behind the scenes what's going on, but I actually think it's good. I think the industry should see some of the metrics that are actually happening at a firm level. So yeah, there's no issues there.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, if you could post some stats or just because people are just they're just
Sure.
you know people
Yeah,
talk,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
People in a
yeah,
Discord, they don't really know what's going on except for what's in their own office. Yeah,
yeah,
totally get it.
exactly. And like so that
Yeah,
clears that. So some other
sure.
stuff also like so now the consistency dropped from 40% to 30%.
Yeah, it's just everybody wanted to be Babe Ruth, right? Because we had such a big
Huh.
consistency. Everybody wanted to be Babe Ruth, realistically, right? Like we launched with 40% because we really just wanted to be more aggressive and more I guess you'd say attractive. But it really did warrant just really, really, really big, dangerous traders. Like people were just swinging, and it was just causing data issues with what we were seeing, and the stats were showing it. Right, traders were not really. Actually, more people were not following the rules with bigger consistency than people are following with less consistency. And so we dropped it down to 30. We're still the best in the business, right? Most other firms are at 20, 25, even on direct to payout accounts are at 20. So for us at 30%, we're still very, very attractive, but it's actually warranted traders to be a little bit more cautious, right? And as a firm, we care about that, right?
Yeah,
So
I'd have to agree. Like 40%, it was easy, man. Like like there was no way you could like fail getting a payout if
it,
you have
it,
big
it
accounts.
as from a risk perspective, it actually attracted more dangerous activity, right? So what, for
Yeah.
us is, we're open about that, right? Like we want to see traders do well and we want to see traders last. And sometimes having a little bit more stricter rules forces them to be a little bit more on their game, right? And a little bit more aware. But even at 30%, it's massive. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
very, very big.
it's generous for sure. Because
Yeah.
like every other firm I see that has trader funded, it's always 20%. So 30% is still a lot
Mhm.
higher than most people, which is that's great. So
Yeah.
and I think now also you have to hit the buffer every time to
Mhm.
request a payout, right?
Yeah, one of the things I like to do is I've always been a straight shooter. So when you make good decisions or when you make bad decisions, own it, right? As a firm, I think it was a bad decision that we launched with that rule in place that you could draw into your payouts.
Yeah.
Because what ended up happening is like I said, we tried to be very, very pro the trader everything because we wanted traders to have as much of a leg to stand on, but it actually was sabotaging most of the traders. We've seen failure rates go from 50 to 77% in a matter of 4 weeks.
Wow.
And that's just unacceptable. I don't care who questions that logic. If you're a prop firm, you're trying to evaluate talent and bring talent in and warrant good trading activity. If you come into our firm or any firm and all you do is trade, take a payout into your drawdown and then blow the account, take a payout, blow the account, take a payout, blow the account, That's not trading, man. That's just not trading.
It's gaming.
Right. So it's and we're not okay with that. Right. So
Yeah.
we implemented the rule to enforce just better activities, and we got a lot of traders doing well, right? Like we just issued payouts again. We're almost over 2 million in payouts, and we've only been in
Nice.
market for three months, right? So I mean, we're scaling faster than most firms ever did at the beginning. Yes.
Yeah. I think the last one you guys changed was like the first payout. Now you need 6 days, right? To
Yeah,
get
six
payout.
6 days total. In terms of like the actual aspect of trading days. But 3 of them have to be in the week that you request a payout, right? So,
Right.
I mean, let's say you bought an account today on a Monday next week, right? You could trade all 5 days, but you'd still need 3 in the next week, right? So realistically, if someone was trying to figure out a good balance, you could trade 3 days in week one, and then 3 days in week 2, and you could take your payout. Yeah,
Yeah. I think that's
pretty
cool too.
straightforward.
I mean, that's still
I mean,
more
6 trading
context.
days, like
Yeah.
it's 6 trading days, like it's
Six
like Monday to
is
Friday. It's like Monday to Friday and a Monday. Like it's
exactly. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's good. Wow, yeah, I didn't realize that, uh,
And
but yeah, dude. Anyways, so big elephant in the room. So, dude, what caused you changes, bro? Are you guys running out of money?
we're
Spill the
so
beans,
broke.
dude.
Yeah, yeah, we're so broke, right? We're so broke. We just got backed by an institutional partner, so we got some big things coming. It's exciting for where we're going. I can't go into everything because I'm under NDA until the deals are signed. But what I can tell you is that we're far from broke. We have millions in reserves. One of the questions you had was we're moving traders into live. Yeah, we just moved a big batch of traders into live brokerage accounts, right? We just pledged, a lot of capital behind these traders. So,
Yeah,
a lot of traders think change is a negative thing. Any business owner looks at good businesses and change is healthy. But I mean, you got to remember, like a lot of the changes that we have that are coming that haven't even been announced yet are going to blow traders away. Like, you were talking about different account structures, you're talking about rules, et cetera. Like, we got some stuff that like changes are going to be shaking some trees. It's going to be
right.
exciting.
Okay, cool. One
Yeah.
thing I really like that, and everyone in my community is excited about, is your resets for Gladiator accounts.
Hmm.
First of all, the fact you offer that is amazing, and number two, they're cheap. I mean, they're priced the best in the market for
Yes, they are.
what you
Yes,
offer.
sir. Yeah. Well, we have the data on failure rates. Like,
Yeah,
no prop owner wants to come in and rip the band-aid off and expose the side of the business that traders struggle, right? But you and I both know in this business that traders are going to struggle no matter what.
yeah,
And whether you buy an evaluation or you buy a direct to payout account, you're still doing the same thing. You're being evaluated, right?
right.
So does that change you as a trader? It just means you spend more on a direct to payout account. Does that mean you have any chance less of failing that account as an eval? I mean, you tell me. I mean, you've been trading long enough to know that if you buy an eval or you buy a direct to payout account, the chances of you failing are pretty much probably the same depending on your skill level, right? So if you can reset an eval real quick, and firms are basing their business off that versus direct to payouts, we didn't think it was fair that you couldn't reset the direct payouts. And, if a trader is going to spend more money for that account and they still can't reset that account, I don't understand why all the firms don't do that.
Yeah,
Right. We wanted to at least see the data on what we were doing before we decided to implement some of those rule enhancements, but that's not a change. That's an improvement. Right. That's a positive, right? Like any trader that's coming into our firm buying a direct to payout account doesn't have to worry about breaking the bank if they accidentally fail an account. They can reset for a ridiculously low price on direct payouts.
yeah. 200
Right.
bucks
So
for 50K, bro. That's that's pretty epic, man. I can't even deny that.
yeah, and it's been proven to be very well. Our traders have given us exceptionally good feedback. We had a lot of traders that came in at the beginning when we launched, and they couldn't reset, and they were just so happy with it. They were like, "Wow, like, are you serious?" Like, because they felt that those accounts, like, they didn't want to spend the full price on the accounts, right? So
Yeah,
we thought it was fair, and it doesn't change our risk, right? If a trader's coming in and buying the account initially versus resetting and coming in, it doesn't change our risk. We were still exposed to a trader on a payout on that first purchase. So
yeah,
it's I thought it was quite fair. Yeah.
yeah. And just to be clear, so these resets apply to both eval to Gladiator, so Word to Gladiator, and also the instant Gladiator accounts, right? Both
100%.
products. Okay.
100%.
And you have to do that within 48 hours of failing the Gladiator account, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is there a maximum amount of times you can reset a Gladiator account?
It's the same. It's the same across the firm it's 10 resets per account per month. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that's I mean, after 10 resets, man,
Yeah.
Time to take a break, go to the spa, relax a bit,
Yeah.
right? Like give yourself a break, right?
Yeah. Speaking of real prop and live, how's that been going for you guys? How many live traders do you guys have now?
Well, I mean, it
Oh,
came
you're
in
live.
phases. Yeah, it came in phases. We just moved 15 traders over into live brokerage accounts last week. We got another round coming this week. It's week over week. I mean, everybody comes through as they hit their caps, they come over. It takes time for us to interview them. It takes time for us to set their accounts up with the FCM, right? But because of our scale, and this is something that's really exciting, because of what we've done so quickly, we underestimated the traction we would get so quickly, which is a good problem to have. But one of the nice things is that we have interest from some of our strategic partners, and we do have institutional backers that are getting ready to work with us. And so what we'll be doing is we'll be moving some of the traders in that want to scale much bigger and much larger and much quicker into the institutional side of what we're doing. So I can't go into the names, I can't go into the details. I'm under NDA and I can't go into those things. But what I can tell you is that we're positioning ourselves so that there's no limitations on upside for all the big traders.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Yeah.
I saw on your social media that like the top trader moved live. You gave him like 100,000 account. That's pretty huge, dude.
Well,
Most,
in terms of the buying power, right? I mean, as a trader, we calculate the notional balance based off of our multiples, and we calculate your trading accounts, your payouts, your sim. Our way of moving a trader to live is very different than some of the other trading firms out there.
yeah,
And the reason we do this is because we want to be able to pledge a multiple that allows us to increase your position sizing. It all has to do with position sizing. I think the industry needs to understand that whether you have 50K, 100K, or 500K in an account, it has to do with how much capital you can put behind a position and how much your day trading margins can be used and leverage that is required in the brokerage firm. So
yeah,
for us, it's all boiling down to capital allocation for sizing. So our calculations is like how much capital can we pledge behind somebody with more size or even bigger size.
yeah.
And that's really where our focus is. So we understand how to be able to allocate more capital. And one of the biggest things that we talk about in moving traders to live is scaling them, right, and wanting to see them go big. And we're making some strategic moves to be able to provide unlimited upside for some of the bigger traders that come through. Yeah.
Right. So for those who don't know, can you explain the drawdown for the accounts? I'm going to go
Yeah.
live pretty soon, so I think it's 25% of the account, right?
Yeah. So because what we do is we pledge a larger capital amount towards sizing limits. Like, so instead of just putting a trader in with like 5 contracts or 3 contracts or whatever it is,
Yeah.
we have your size limits that go in. And basically what ends up happening is, we will, maybe you can repeat that. So repeat that to me. And again, I want to make sure I get it right.
I just wanted to really get an explanation of how the drawdown works because
Yeah, so the drawdowns, because there's 2 of them. So let me explain that.
yeah.
So there's the daily loss limit. So what we do is because we put more size behind the traders at starting point, right? We actually put more capital size behind position sizing. We implement a trailing drawdown throughout the life of the account, right? And the reason we do that is just due to how we run the infrastructure on Real Prop. But our trailing drawdown is in place because we offer bigger drawdowns initially than most firms will do on the live side. So we have to protect our risk on the live capital side because you're trading capital. You're not trading the simulator.
Yeah.
And so we have a daily loss limit. So that way, if you do breach it, you don't lose your account. We just, it stops you from trading. We say, hey, what's going on? Like, what's going on, right? Like, are you okay? You need a coaching call. Like, you're on tilt today. Like, what's the situation, right? So, but you don't lose the account if you hit your daily loss limit, right?
But is
It's
that
just,
is it daily loss limit? Is it a set percentage or is it
yeah,
very based on
it's a set percentage. And what's really nice about this is that let's say you take a payout, it adjusts relative to your payout. We don't penalize you for your payouts. We auto adjust on payouts. So like, let's say you're taking payouts on the live side and you're trading live brokerage accounts. Rather than if you take a payout, we adjust everything back down. So that way you're not penalized for taking payouts on your account balance. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I think if you hit the actual max drawdown, which I believe is 25% of the notional value of the account, then the account's quote unquote,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You would be asked to leave on the real prop side, but you can go back to sim. We don't
Oh,
kick you out of
really?
the firm. Yeah, we don't kick you out. You can go back to sim and keep trading. We just don't pay you out anymore in sim. But anything more you do on the sim side, right? Like let's say you come from live and you have a run up and you're doing well, but then you go through a period of situations that we don't want to have, right? Like, but you
Yeah.
have a drawdown and you say, oh shit, life happens, right?
Yeah.
You will be moved back to sim if you choose to. If you want to go back to sim, you can go back in, get a new account, get a new Gladiator, get a new Val, whatever you want to do. It's just we won't keep paying you out in sim,
Okay.
right? Any of those payouts will get allocated to your balance to come back to live. You can go from live back to sim, back to live. It's just we want to keep you making sure, because every trader goes through ups and downs, right? So we're not going to
Yeah.
penalize.
Yeah, it's trading. I mean, it is what it is. And like, okay, so if you blow the live account, then you can go back to
You'll
sim.
never blow the live account. You'll blow your drawdown.
Yeah, so yeah, so if you hit the max drawdown, then
Yes.
you'll get a chance to go back to sim,
Yep.
and then if you use the sim accounts to fund your next live account,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Your
that's fair.
payouts will, yeah, it's very fair. It's very fair. Yes.
Yeah. All right, cool. I know you told me some things that are in store in the future for Prop Shop. Let's talk
Yes.
about that. I know you have, some new type of account coming. What is that?
A few of them, yeah. So we strategically wanted to do things in stages, right? As we rolled out the firm, we knew that we would launch the firm with the account structures that we have, but we are going to be releasing end of day account structures, right? So
Nice.
for evals and for direct payouts, yes,
Okay, so end of a day, end of a drawdown for both evals and funded accounts.
absolutely,
And
yes,
would that also
yeah,
include instant Gladiator accounts?
100%.
Wow, okay,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
and our structures, because our one of our biggest belief systems in the business is profit to drawdown ratios. So you've heard me talk about our accounts are linearly structured, right? So if you buy an eval or if you buy a Gladiator now or a direct payout account, an instant Gladiator, our base drawdown is 0.8 profit to drawdown ratio, right?
Yeah.
You can increase your drawdowns to say 1-to-1 profit to drawdown ratios, right?
Yeah.
And so when you look at all of the end of day accounts that are out there, everybody's the same. It's fucking boring, right? All the
Yeah.
accounts are the same and they're really, really restrictive. And it's because firms know that end of day drawdowns are more lenient for the traders. So they need to protect their risk, right? But
Yeah.
then they also jack the sizing down. So what ends up happening is that not only is your drawdown really, really hard on an end of day account, you're still limited with size, right? They cut your position size in half. So one thing you're going to find with us is that, you will have more liberal drawdowns and you'll have the ability to trade larger size with our accounts.
Yeah.
So we will make a splash with this. It'll most likely cause other firms to adapt.
Yeah.
But hey, that's us.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to ask you, is there potential you guys can offer more sim payouts?
We're actually in the talks of that. It'll all depend on how we structure things with the institutional backers that we're working with. Yeah.
Okay.
So what'll end up happening is depending on how we offload our traders into our FCM structure versus their structure into different environments, what'll end up happening is we'll be looking at how we want to run the sim payout side a little bit more aggressively. And that would potentially, I can't say yes or no, or I can give a timeline on this, but with these changes that are coming, these are no negative changes. These are all pro for the trader. It may open up more time in Gladiator, which means we would move you over less aggressively,
Okay.
which means you would stay in sim longer. And just those changes are not implemented yet, but we're in talks on seeing how that will unfold. Yes.
Okay. And also, I want
Yeah.
my
Not that. And let me make something clear because I know this is an interview. We don't have a timeline on that, and there's no guarantees on that. But we are in discussions on that because of the opportunity we have with institutional partners. Yeah.
okay, cool. I also wanted to ask, like, so when you go to live, let's say right now the max sim payout cap is 30 sim payouts, right?
Yes.
Let's say I go to live with 20 sim payouts. So I have a live account, but I can still take out 10 more sim payouts until I get 30, right?
100%. And we don't cap your payouts in the live account. So if you trade in a real brokerage account, you have no payout caps, right? You
Okay.
take your split and it's weekly and done.
Yeah.
Like there's no, we don't cap that.
Yeah. So that's your hybrid model, right? The fact that you can go to live, but
We're the
also,
only firm in the industry does that.
yeah,
We're
you
the
can,
only firm in the industry that does that. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I want to highlight that because I'm doing that right now actually. Like you're giving me a chance to also maximize my live account, right?
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Because most of the firms, once you become a risk to them in sim, they want to scoot you over to live real quick.
Yeah.
Right. So what we do is we move you over to live with what you've proven to be good in
Yeah.
sim. And let's say you had 10 accounts and 5 of them you've hit your max caps on those accounts, right? We'd move you over with those 5 accounts and you can still trade in simulators on the other 5, collect your other payouts, prove the data. We move you over. It creates a bigger notional balance for you, which means you get more position sizing in live and then Bob's your uncle.
Yeah. And also like even if you go to live, you still let them pretty much get to the maximum notional value account. Like right now, I'm done with Sim. I already have 30 payouts. So, but I'm not live yet because I'm still trying to grind my way through to max
Yeah,
carryover live.
we will call you to live, but what we'll say is once you've had your 30 payouts, we give you the data of okay, here's what you would start with in live, here's the calculations, here's the multiples, here's your starting everything. But if you want to build it bigger, you can stay in sim longer and go all the way up to your maximum, and
Yeah.
that's what you're doing, right? So
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
we do that to empower you, right? So that way you're not forced into an environment trading less size than you could based on our model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I think and I really appreciate that because like most firm would just move you over like once you hit X amount of payouts and your sim is done. You know, you can't if you don't hit the max carryover by that point, then
But it
you don't get a hit.
works so it works to our advantage if you build your account up in sim and you use that towards your starting pledge, because what ends up happening is that we can see that you're able to not only get called to live, you're able to maintain discipline and build a bigger buffer to come over, which allows us to be able to be more comfortable putting more size behind you.
Yeah.
It's common sense.
Yeah. And also for live onboarding, each trader gets like a call via Zoom with a risk manager, right? I have
Yes.
that. So,
Yes,
and
you did.
on the call, you explain everything extremely well. I see all the numbers. I see what I have, well, how I'm going to bring it, how much I got to make in my sim payouts, or I'm
Everything.
sorry, in my sim accounts to carry over the maximum amount. I think
Yes.
that's a very transparent process you guys do, and I want to say I really appreciate that because,
Yes.
like, again, most firms they don't care about you. Like, if I hit 4 payouts, I'm going live, you know. So
Yeah, and they don't. I can't speak to other firms, right? Like I'm not. One thing you'll find with me is like I'll have an opinion. Some people like my opinion, some people won't. But I'll never sit there and slam another firm for what they do because I don't know what they do, right? I'm not in their business and
yeah,
I don't really care. But what I do know is that if I was a trader and I was getting called to live, I'd want to know what the hell's going on,
yeah,
right? I'm moving from a simulator into a live brokerage account for a proprietary trading firm. There should be a conversation. There should be clarity. There should be communication, right? There should be details in the numbers. There should be explanations, right? So, and what trader would want to work for a firm without guidance?
I know.
Like
I feel like a real partner with you guys because you guys really you care about me. It seems like so.
we
Yeah,
do. Yeah, we do. And we really care. And you know what? There's going to be traders that come to live and they're going to do good. And there's going to get
yeah,
traders that are going to come to live and they're going to flop and they're going to get pissed off and they're going to have emotions. And that's life. And we get that. But we're not here to work against them. We'll never sit there and not help them. Like we have education, we have resources, we have community, we have classrooms, we have everything, right? So if a trader needs help, we can help them. If they need cooling off time, they can come back to sim, come back to live if they want to, right? So
yeah.
yeah,
All right, cool. As
sure.
far as what future holds for you guys?
One thing you didn't touch base on is the consistency rule, and
Oh, right.
yeah, and I think I wanted to clarify that because a lot of traders were asking about the 3 days and the consistency is how is that possible? It's 33% on a 5 day window, like so. Let me just clarify that. So, we have a 3 day minimum per week to trade,
Yeah.
right? The 3 days has no overlap to the consistency. They're two separate rules. So a lot of traders confuse the two and they say, well, how can you meet 3 days and you 30% consistency? No, let's just stop right there for a second. 3 days is a day rule. You need to trade 3 days a week to be qualified for a payout, period. Okay, that is a
Mhm.
day rule. Consistency is based off of when your last payout was. So
Right.
there's traders that will get paid every week, but some traders won't get paid every week. So our
Yeah.
consistency rule is pegged to your last payout date, not number of days in the trading week. So if you didn't take a payout last week and you took a payout the week before, your 30% consistency is from 10 days ago, let's say, not 5 days ago, right? So
Yeah.
so the consistency rule, a lot of traders need to understand that before they start assuming things. It has to do with from the time to pay out, not on a weekly basis. Yeah.
Right.
Just
That makes
because
a
we
lot of
offer
sense.
just because we offer weekly payouts, not every trader is taking a payout every week. We hope they do, but not
Yeah.
every trader is, right? And we want to see that consistency. Yeah.
Right.
Makes
Cool.
sense. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And like, dude, again,
Yeah.
30% for a straight to funded account. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's generous.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is the resets. Like even on the evaluations, like we have the cheapest resets for evals, like
Yeah.
$25 for a reset. Like
Oh,
it's $25 for a reset, right?
yeah.
And on Gladiators, it's like $200 to reset an instant payout account. Like we're offering 50% off right now on the Gladiators, and then you can reset for 200, which is like another 30 to 40% off at the 50% off. I mean, these accounts are It's like chiclets, they're getting thrown out, right?
Yeah.
So one thing I want to do is you asked like what's coming, right? And I wanted to leave something for like a grand finale. I don't think you have any other questions, do you?
No.
Well, I got something for you. So we're working on something massive right now, and big deals on the TickBlaze side, on the technology side, through the other companies that we own, right? And we're excited because what's going to unfold is that, you know, when it's all said and done, right? You know, maybe it'll probably be a couple months, maybe another quarter or so. But when we're all done with everything, the back end infrastructure for our prop firm and many other prop firms in the industry are going to have better infrastructure around data, better infrastructure on order matching engines, dashboards, journaling, metrics in the firm, everything. And also, we're going to look, well, we're aiming to have a really, really exciting mobile and web application deployment. So
Nice.
what's going to happen is we're the TickBlaze side of things. This is not just prop shop, but TickBlaze is aggressively going after a very big expansion. And there'll be web, there'll be mobile, and there'll also be Mac compatibility. So
Ooh.
what we're going to be moving the desktop into technology infrastructure that's going to allow us to put the desktop on Macs, not just on mobile. So imagine imagine an environment where you could put NinjaTrader's base platform on a Mac,
Yeah.
right? Like you don't, right?
Yeah. You can't.
You can't. Well, we'll be able to put TickBlaze's desktop on a Mac, and
No.
then we'll also have the ability for web and mobile expansion. It's coming. It's going to be, and we're not talking just little widgets here. Like this is a major, major tech infrastructure lift. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's
So
pretty epic,
yeah,
man.
it's going to be exciting. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, dude, before we end the call, is there anything else you want to mention to your community, to your traders?
I just proud of the traders that have come through. I mean, we've worked with thousands of traders. I mean, we've seen you. Heck, you're coming to live. You'll be trading live brokerage accounts with us. You know,
Yeah.
you as an affiliate, we always value working with you and the other partners we have.
No, you too.
You know, we always value the feedback. One thing I want everybody to know watching this is whether you have good, bad, or in between positive or negative comments, we want to hear them all, right? We care because you build businesses and you make improvements based on user feedback. One of the biggest things we value is the feedback, whether traders like or don't like or agree or understand. It shapes better companies, and it also sets the narrative for just, you know, working with a lot more people.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, whether you're in a Discord or whether you're on X or whether you're on, if you have questions, one thing we do care about is good support. We've got really good ratings on that. It's part of our company policy that we treat our customers well, and hopefully that anybody watching this can attest to that. Yeah, they can
Dude,
agree with that.
I was before I end the call, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say just your support is number one, dude. I can't even deny it because like I had someone in my community, they couldn't close their trades for like a glitch on Quant Tower. So they had a galley flag, right? So they couldn't close, but it kept entering contracts. So
Mhm.
it's but then they emailed in and then they explained what happened and then they removed the galley flag and it was fixed. I mean, every single flag that I've ever heard of in my community, like if they explain it and it's legit, it's fixed.
Mhm.
And also your
Yeah.
support, like they're helpful. I'm not even like I've never heard anything bad about your support
Mhm.
ever.
You won't. You won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't. And the whole point of like resetting flags and being transparent with our risk teams and such is that we come from technology first, right? Building technology stacks, understanding how to build a prop firm from the ground up, right? Prop shop wasn't built using somebody else's white label software. It was built custom. We built it from the ground up custom. So we understand there's technology and platform bugs, trade copier bugs, data bugs, whatever. Bugs are bugs, right?
Yeah.
So if
Shit
there's a
happens.
sit, yeah, but that's not the trader's problem. A trader
Yeah.
should not suffer because a technology company has a glitch, right? And so, even though if you read our contracts in the fine print where it says we're not responsible for technology glitches, we still go over and above and we help the trader because at the end of the day, if you're trading Monday to Friday and you're trying to put food on the table for your family, the last thing you want to do is be fighting the prop firm that you're working with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So hopefully that's well received, right? Because we really care about doing that, right? Not everybody will agree with everything we do as a company, or maybe some of the rules, or maybe they have opinions, and that's fine. But you'll be in good hands with us. Like you'll be treated well. You'll succeed if you're a good trader, and we care.
Yeah.
So
All right, man. Thanks for coming on, dude. Before you go, I want to give a shout out to your team, dude. Shout out to
Appreciate
you,
it.
to Ashley, to Pranay, to Jim, to Marshall, everyone, dude. I mean, everyone
Yeah,
to me has been kind to me. They've been
yeah.
generous with their time.
Jim on the wrist side,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, dude. Jim has been great. I can't even
Yeah,
lie.
yeah.
Ashley too, Pranay, Marshall, everyone. So I just want to
Appreciate
thank
it.
I want to thank you and your staff for providing
Yeah.
the experience for us as traders because like, dude,
Mhm.
the more prop firms there are that are legit and that will, side with us as a trader that want us to win.
Sure.
It's a win-win, right? I mean, if you win, then we win. If
Sure.
we win, then you win, right?
Yeah.
So
And I think that's why we get along so well, you and I, and some of the other partners we work with. Like, there's a lot of negativity that floats around on social media, and there's a lot of
yeah,
negativity that floats around on X and Discords and stuff. And I'm not okay with it, right? Like, like there's influencers or affiliates that will smash another company because they're promoting another company, and it's not even with us, it's with other firms. Like, it's the Wild West out there, right? And regardless of that, like, we're just big on ethics, right? Like, we're big on just being a good company, good people. We have good staff, we have good relationships, great partners. We got lots of capital, great relationship with the brokers, right? So I think it's important that if you're a trader and you watch this video, that don't always listen to what you see on social media as your end all be all. Like, you should be really understanding what's going on out there, right? I think, and you can tell by this interview, and the way you present yourself, and the way you're an affiliate, you have a community, you have a group, right? And we
yeah,
work with a lot of groups, we work with a lot of partners, right? And some small, some large, some medium, but your reputation is everything, right?
yeah,
And the way you carry yourself on social media and the way you present yourself, just is everything, right? So it's we're not really aligned with influencers or affiliates that are bad apples. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, it's and we hope other firms do well. I know a lot of the owners to a lot of the other prop firms, and I actually want to see them do well. I want to see everybody do well, right? Because there's a lot of people in this world that want to trade,
yeah,
and there's a big business out there's a big market. The last thing you want to do is start slamming other companies and slamming other people and just being in that environment, because you become what you attract, right? And you attract what
yeah.
you become, right? So we're big on just doing what's right, and our numbers speak for itself.
Yeah, dude, I really think that this year you guys are probably top two of the prop firms that released this year that's doing well. I mean, you
And
know,
we will continue to do well because we're in a really good trajectory, right? So
yeah,
and we're big on data, right? And every firm that I've ever heard that's ever had an interview with any other founder, the ones that are doing exceptionally well are always led by data.
yeah. I mean, the fact you
So
even are open to an interview, that speaks for itself. I mean, you're transparent, you're legit, you pay out. I mean, like, I've never had a late payment. Even people in my community, every Friday morning they wake up, dude, people in my community wake up early on Friday because they want
yeah,
to see the rise payout, dude.
our team wants to pay out early because we want to go and do things on Friday, right?
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, Sean, man, thanks for coming back.
Brother, appreciate
Let's
you. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. Thanks
let's
to
do
all the
another one.
traders. And yeah. Maybe in the future, once we release all these new accounts and we have some of the new stuff coming down the pipeline, we'll do another one. We'll just keep it coming.
All right, bro.
Cool,
See you
man.
next time.
Ciao. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Bye.